Can you hear me, Shane? There. Capture. Oh my god. Oh my god, this shit's so fucking. This question and answers. The problem. Do you just want to? Do you just want to do it like that then, or what? Or should you just do it tomorrow? Oh. This is so fucking stupid. Okay then. I'll can't wait, but I can't hear you. So,
oh fuck yeah!
There you go, man. There. Was it? What you had to like? Was it something that you had to do, or was it me?
No, it was you, man.
It was me. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay. Can we?
But is it a
All right.
recording?
Okay, let's just start it like this. Okay. I think we already wasted like. It doesn't even tell us the time. All right, but fuck it. Okay. First question that I have for you is, in your video, you say that the word develop means to move our population to the moon, which mean, and you say that means which means colonizing. You referred to this. You referred to the New Oxford Dictionary when you gave the actual actually you gave the actual definition. Don't you think if we move our population to the moon, we will have the exact same problems that we have on Earth like today already?
No, I don't think that, because just because we're moving some people to the moon doesn't mean we're creating like a second world there. There's a lot of resources on the moon that we don't have here, like how I mentioned that there's 6.6 billion tons of ice on the moon. Like, there's a lot that we could gain from going to the moon and bringing things from there back to here, even if it just means to colonize the moon in order to get the resources and then still live on Earth.
Oh, okay. My second question is, you also said that water is needed to sustain a human population on the moon. What about the moon's gravity? It's going to have an effect on the population by making it difficult for them to breathe, for the people to breathe. And water isn't going to be helpful since it's not oxygen yet. except it's still not broken. Broken down into its components.
Well, I think water is like a main thing that we actually need to survive, just like oxygen is, but water can be broken down into oxygen, which is one of the ways that they would be fueling the spacecrafts, would be breaking down the water into oxygen and hydrogen to use fuel. They could also do that to give us like air to breathe and like stuff like that. Like I think water is something that is like versatile enough that it can be made into other resources. And also there's like, air tanks and like stuff like that.
But think about it, the gravity though. What the people for I mean the what are we gonna do about the gravity? There you go.
Well, I mean, like I said, we don't have to live there. I think it's important to colonize the moon because the actual resolution is just talking about developing the moon in a way of like mining it or like with water. So it doesn't mean that we have to live there. Like the gravity is an issue that makes things inconvenient, and it makes it harder to move around the moon and like get the resources from it, like the water and stuff. But as long as we weren't necessarily living there as like a whole population, I don't think it would be an issue because people have been to the moon before.
Oh, all right. So my third question is, what does the lunar you talk about the lunar rover vehicle, and my question is, what does the lunar rover vehicle have to do with the solar sailing? Because you basically your plan is about solar sailing, not the lunar rover vehicle. And you say that it excavates the water, but what else does it do?
That's the main thing that it does. It's just it's like kind of like a combined plan. Like what they're researching right now is how to solar sail to the moon, and then once they get there, they do have lunar rovers that they've used before that they can use to mine water and get resources like water from the moon. So basically, it's a vehicle that goes around the moon and excavates water and all of those resources, so that way people aren't floating around trying to dig for the water. There's something that can do it for us, so that way we're not just wasting our time and our people and putting our lives at risk constantly. Like there's machines that can do that for us also.
All right. So, and then my fourth question is, you said that once up there on the moon, we can break down the water to hydrogen and oxygen with our current technologies that we have. Isn't this just going to make us more? And like you also talk about the depth, that we're in such serious depth, and isn't this just going to make us more in depth, since we have to be using a lot more technology in order to break down the water into the main components?
I mean, the technology that we would be using is technology that we already have, and sure, it's going to cost money, but you kind of have to put money out there. Like you have to front money in order to get money back. So while we might be fronting a cost to use the technology to break down the water into fuel for the aircrafts, it's going to pay us back. Basically, it would end up reimbursing us and paying for itself over time based on all of the money that we would save from doing that.
But it's gonna cost us a lot, though.
I mean, if you think about it, like $6.3 trillion of debt is already a lot, and I feel like the debt clock, if you look at it, it just keeps going up and up as it is just for us to maintain our lifestyle. So it's pretty much inevitable that as a country we're going to end up spending money, especially if we're trying to research and figure out new ways to expand ourselves. We're going to end up spending even more money that we don't have. So this way, at least, we're investing in something that will pay itself off in time.
Okay. And then my last question is, at the end of your video, you said that the drought is a big deal and it's going to cause our economy to falter. But what if it's just the lack of the workers, that they're just too lazy to do their jobs? It's not the drought's fault.
I mean, it's not like the drought is the sole cause of everything that's going wrong with the world. Obviously, there's a lot of issues that are beyond control. It's just that if there's an issue that's serious enough for it to be all over the freeway, then it's obviously affecting us in some ways, especially ways that people don't even know about yet. Like I mentioned in my video, we might be like, oh, it's no big deal because we don't really feel the effects of it. But if the drought continues, regardless of the other factors like people being lazy and stuff, we will start to see repercussions of that. There will be less water available to us. There might be limits on how much water we can use. Like even right now, I think there's a law in some places saying you can only water your lawn before 9 a.m. or after 5 p.m. Like stuff like that, it's going to start coming into effect regardless of the people, just based on the drought that we have.
Okay. That's all I have.
I really hope that we didn't just record that for nothing.
Hopefully, man. I think
How do we know?
we still have to record. I mean, we still have to I have to edit it, cut everything out that we were saying.
How do you know that it even recorded though?
I'll see right now. I'll stop it right now and see if it posted up.
I'm gonna be pissed if it didn't.
Yeah, I am gonna be too, because I really hate the way that he's making us do it.
Oh wait, I think